How's it, guys? Welcome to my home studio. My name is Kelly, and on my channel I like to share planner videos, art videos, recipes, crafts, DIYs, mixed media, happy mail and hauls, fountain pens and fountain pen ink, and sometimes I will throw in a lifestyle video. So, if any of those genres sound appealing to you, feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, I have my Traveler's Notebook bullet journal here. And I would like to share a flip of how October went after the pen. And I have this housed in a Chic Sparrow cover. This is the Colonel Brandon cover. I made this last year or the year before. It's just a little charm. I wire wrapped it, added beads and charms to it. And this is getting all scuffed up and lovely, and it even has fountain pen ink splatters, so I like it. Still using this pen. I still have ink in it. This is my Pelikan tortoiseshell, white tortoiseshell. Very beautiful. There's the bottom, this side, the back, the top, and the side. So I was doing some things, so let me just clip my Parker pen back in here and we'll get started. I find that this planner has been very, very useful the way I've been setting it up. Now, I've tweaked this quite a bit since I've been using it, obviously, for more than a month now. I started setting this up in September for October, and I'm using the GTD, Getting Things Done method by David Allen, and I use this in tandem with my half-letter disc-bound planner. Sometimes I house it in here on 1-inch discs, and I'm in between. I'm testing things out. And sometimes I have it on 1.5-inch discs, which is the last video you saw that I did on this, in my Levenger cover. So I'm trying to flesh out my system as to how I'm doing things, and so I switch back and forth and change things around based on my needs to see what works best. So these 4 pieces are all the same. I did add this teardrop clip with the leaf on it and this laminated paper. I think I laminated this a year or 2 ago, the paper. I just added that in extra. I made this pouch in case this is your first time viewing my channel. I use Nouveau gilding flakes, and I have rectangle transparent sticky notes. All of these are laminated. I just had them on hand, so I added it in for fall. I thought I just wanted it to be extra cozy, and it makes me happy. So whatever does it for you, it is functional and decorative at the same time. So I just stow that right back in there. And I have my task cards. I did finish them. These are the clear PVC cards from Amazon that I purchased, and I'm still waiting on the ones I purchased from AliExpress, so I'm glad I did go ahead. So I finished these, and I have 6 inside of this Foxy Fix dashboard, and I have them in little sticky business card size adhesive pockets, and I put that on clear PVC plastic. So I have 2 different sets of these, and these work in tandem with my Bujo as well as my reference planner. These are different task cards than I have housed in my half-letter reference planner. So I will go into detail in a different video on these, but I will briefly just go over what I have. I have my weekly assessment, my daily routine on, daily routine off, because that varies. Monthly assessment, plan of action, and in this set I have my one little word, Concinnate. That's my I do participate in Allie Edwards' one little word. Sorry for the tremendous glare. And my word of the year is Concinnate. This is my fountain pen routine, YouTube, task card, quarterly, weekly, and step and repeat recurring tasks. So those are all my task cards. And then we will show the back pocket next, or I will. And I still have the same, I made all of these, by the way, in case this is your first time watching. So, and then this one is laminated on 3 sides, and it slides right over my page since it is a bound book. And then I have sticky notes in here, transparent square memo sticky notes, and black post-it notes that I peeled a little bit off of the sheet. I still have my Cocoa Daisy charm. I just hung it on this Cult Pens clip, and it stays right there. But I like to have these in here in case I want to switch out which one I am using. And then I still have this pocket. This is a zip pocket. I have more sticky notes here, and I added a few new deco pieces that I had. They're laminated die cuts. More laminated die cuts, sunflower, more transparent sticky notes. And then this is the other side. And I added that sunflower and more deco that I had laminated. I had it on hand. And then I have more tags, some clips. These are leaves. And then I made that card out of dried lavender flowers, and another one here. So that's the other side. And this is my Ink Impressions Future Planning calendar insert. And this is on Tomoe River paper. So this is undated, so it has 12 months in it. So I'm going to start this in January. And then it has some blank sheets dot grid in the back, and it's very super thin because it is Tomoe River paper. So, and it's the 52 GSM Tomoe River paper, as opposed to, which is the same as that's in my Hobonichi. This is my fountain pen log. This is 52 GSM paper, and the Taroko Shop Enigma is 68 GSM Tomoe River paper, just in case you don't watch my fountain pen videos, just so you know. So this is made by Ink Impressions, and I love it. It's very pretty. I love this olive color. I think it pairs nicely with this planner. And this is my Bujo. This is my bullet journal, my main squeeze. And the side is the same. I have it with one of those raised old-fashioned punches. I have October 2020. That's when I started. And then I made a window. And then these covers that I have on top, for this huge book, I cut it and I added packing tape to it. For this one, which is a regular thin insert, I didn't have to cut it. They're all from Jet Pens, but they do fit on the regular size Traveler's Notebooks. They come in handy. I have my Parker pen here, and this is my Tombow in number 942 for highlighting as I like. So let's just jump right in. I added some paper here, and this is still the same. I love the way the window turned out. It's very cute. I still have these in here. This is an Allie Edwards card, and I made these tags. And I added some eyelets and some twine. The twine is actually from a couple different orders I made from Baumkuchen. I like to upcycle and use those things. And this is Tim Holtz paper, and I made my 2020 grids and my 2021 calendar grids. And here she is. So I drew this tree, and I stamped the rest, and I used my Wink of Stellas to color that in. And this is my brain drain. Now, for this, a lot of the things that are circled, I migrated, okay? And everything has been processed for when I did my monthly assessment, and I put an asterisk down at the bottom of each page that's been processed. This is my inbox here, and every single item has been processed in this planner, and I just indicate that like this, that I am all done. Everything has been looked at and put where it needs to be put. If it was done, no longer necessary, or I moved it to the place it needed to be. Then I have my monthly focus. And again, like, I didn't add a color-coded key that I've always kept in my other two bullet journals, which are, this is my 2018, this is my 2019 bullet journal, and then I didn't do a bullet journal for 2020, and in 2020, in this one, I have my one little word for 2019 and 2020, and I took my old fountain pen logs out of both of these, but my color coding system is still the same, my key, so I just wanted to add that in to my bullet journal as well as my reference planner and a task card fashion. So this is it right here. I used my mild liners for this, so the colors may change. We'll just see how that goes. And then I like the way this turned out. This worked really well. I love these clocks. This is my Sumpkin, by the way. And a Sumpkin planner is super thick, and it has 380 pages. Also, since we're back here, another thing I added in is I took a piece of 0.007 Grafix Plastic, and I just cut it down to size, and I punched with my We Are Memory Keeper scallop punch decorative edges, and I keep sticky notes that I need, I use back and forth, and some calendars I stamped in vellum that are extra, and I just stow those back there. And that works out good, because whatever thing that's sticky, whether it's a page flag or whatever it is, I can just stick it on here and reuse it. So that is the premise for that. Okay. As you go along, as I go along, or anybody else doing their planner system, you evolve, you know, as you flush out your system. Now, I have these pages clipped with a rose gold clip because these are my private pages, my work-related things, and calendar, daily weights. And I showed this before the pen, if you're interested to see what those grids look like. And my mood tracker, basically, and unpublished videos. These are the published videos. And I just flush out the system. I've done quite a few updates for my October spread based on what I found was working and what else I needed. This is my self-care section. So I just X'd off what I did. So I need to work on my fitness because I didn't cross anything off there. And this is how my what I'm grateful for page turned out. So that worked out. And I added the loop-de-loop with the tombow. And Alhamdulillah basically means thank you, God. And so I love language. My best friend studied linguistics at Georgetown and got accepted into Georgetown Law. I always like to praise her because, you know, those are not easy feats. So, in any event, she speaks 7 languages fluently. And so I love language also. And so that means basically what I'm grateful for. And then here's my menu. That turned out rather well. But I did make some changes. This is my personal calendar. And October was National Down Syndrome Awareness Month. And for first birthday corresponds. It's on the 21st. He turned 7. And he has Down syndrome. So Aunt T loves him. And this worked out good. And then we get into my weekly and daily pages. So I set it up Hobonichi style with the week on one page and then went into my daily pages. And this worked out nicely. I did have a little bit of leftover space, as you can see, on some of the pages. And again, when I went through this, I have an asterisk on every page. And really, when you do your monthly assessment, that's what I do. I just went over every single thing in this entire setup. And I processed it and put it where it needed to be. And it also helps trigger other things that you need to do as well. So that works out. Really nicely, in fact. So just wanted to check some things off. So just a little bit of space on each one. I added waiting on lists as well. And then this was officially October the 1st, so National Down Syndrome Awareness Month. And I had quite a bit of space because this day I have written completely wiped out R&R. And then I had a lot of extra space on these 2 days. And this is my weekly review. And I really like having a weekly review as well as a full monthly assessment. Weekly assessment and a monthly assessment. And then we go into October 5th through the 11th. So basically what things I didn't get to, I circled. Everything else has a check. And I've migrated them. Another waiting on list. And I did use my Tombow here, highlighting things. And this is 380 pages in here. Oh, that's my Enigma. I'm sorry. That is 384. I should put that in there for posterity. So Sumpkin is 380 pages. Enigma has 68 GSM paper, Tomoe River paper, 384 pages. The Hobonichi has 52 GSM paper. And the Sumpkin has 380 pages. It's fountain pen friendly paper, but it's not Tomoe River paper, and this is Dot Red. So a lot of extra space here, weekly review. Then my next week. I voted Monday the 12th, around 4:30, absentee ballot. So it was actually officially counted on the 13th, Tuesday the 13th, because it was so late in the day that it did not go into the system that I voted on the 12th, Monday the 12th. It went in on the system on the 13th. So I wanted to note that. And I also noted that here, the 12th and the 13th on my weekly, because that's important. That actually needs a highlight even. You know, because that is really significant. Okay. Obviously, you know. They're still counting the ballots as we speak, because today is now Wednesday. November, what is it? November, Wednesday, November the 4th. So they're still counting as of right now. And yesterday was the 3rd, Tuesday the 3rd of November. So, anyway. Alright, so more extra space. Now I was evaluating, do I only need a half page for 2 days? So, keep in mind, this is my first month in here. Because I don't like to waste paper, obviously. You know, but you just never know what your needs are going to be. Weekly review. And then focus and my faith. And my week. Upcoming week. See, this page I used all of it. And this has a little spot left. I didn't do as well on my skincare. So, I need to get on that. And see, in this, I used the full page this day. Weekly review. I was actually able to accomplish quite a bit, but it still always feels like there is so much more to accomplish. Overall, though, you have gotten a lot done, and you should be very happy about that. You even added a few extra things in that were not planned for. So I had a very productive week. And so I just wrote that in. And I just covered a couple things up for privacy. So monthly review. So I cut my finger, and I've had this Garfield adhesive bandage forever. This is 1978 United Feature Syndicate ink. Now, I haven't had it since the 70s. I've had this since the 90s. It still sticks. It was a good Band-Aid. But I wanted to signify that I just adhered my little bandage wrapper in here because I like Garfield. So I don't usually use Band-Aids. I cleanse if I have a wound, I cleanse it and treat it if I need ABT ointment, you know, Neosporin, and then I leave it open to air. But this time it was a deep paper cut, so I actually used the Band-Aid. Anyway, so here is the week of the 26th through the 1st of November. And, you know, I used quite a bit, all of that page basically. And I have a little bit of an open space. And I even added phone calls. I didn't mention that as I was going through. Any phone calls or texting, I did add in that were significant, you know. Some things like that. Waiting on. And I do a lot of scripted planning. I just do. Because if you go back from a month from now or even a year from now and you look at things that you've abbreviated, you don't know what you're talking about. You know? So I script a lot, whereas that term is loosely used to just describe writing out for, you know, in a more formal sentence, what you're up to, basically. And then I actually had to thread this from page 97 to page 97, because these are numbered. This is page 61, and it's covered here, but I see it here. And I threaded that to page 97. And then, ooh, you got a sneak peek. That is it. So what happened here was, don't worry, I'll do a flip of November. What happened here was my monthly review. I accidentally put it here, where I have the Garfield Band-Aid. I have my weekly review, and then this was, the last day was the 25th of October, and I meant to put it after here. It should be here, and, you know, so I just went with it. So this monthly review should be the last collection for the month of October, but I made a mistake, and I had already hand lettered, so I wasn't about to waste pages, or so that's fine. So that's just how I did that. So I've added in other things and done some tweaking and fleshing out of my system, and I like the system. It's really good, and I will show you my November setup and where I've made changes and go from there. And it's just an ongoing process because your needs change, and just based on experience, what you're doing and what's going to work for you in one phase of your life may not work in another season of your life. So anyway, that is my flip for October. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked what you saw, please feel free to subscribe, comment, like, and share. And I wish all of you folks a very lovely day. Peace out.